Hi everybody, it's Joe from Chilili, where we celebrate water in the garden. Today I want you to check out a plant that's an old-time favorite, an award winner, but man is it spectacular regardless. It's called Creeping Jenny, and this one is the golden Creeping Jenny. And I think that name fits perfectly. Look at that golden foliage. If you can't tell that that's gold, then check your eyesight. I put this plant here in contrast to show what a green plant looks like versus our gold Creeping Jenny. The golden Creeping Jenny will stay that bright yellow color throughout the season. When the more sun you give it, the brighter that foliage is going to be. If you have this plant in shade, which it can tolerate, sometimes it loses some of that gold and gets a little more green. So I like to grow this in the most sun that you could possibly give it, and it's going to stay nice and yellow. One of the fun things with this particular plant, the flowers are yellow too, but they're the same color as the foliage. So sometimes you don't even know it's blooming because you're wowed by that foliage. The flowers might come and go, but the foliage stays year round. This plant does stay year round in most of our ponds, as it is hardy all the way to zone 4. I can plant this in the pond anywhere from having the roots just barely in the water to 2 inches over the top of the plant. It does love that water, it loves that setting. It only is about 4 inches tall in its highest point, but it likes to spread and creep along, which is perfect for our use because we kind of want it to go along the stream, we want it to go on the edge of the pond, go along those rocks and help cover up the rocks that we spend a fortune on buying, an hour on laying them in place, and then we buy some Creeping Jenny from Chilili and we plant it, and it helps soften the area and really sets everything off. Another application that I think you should consider is the Chilili floating island. The floating island allows us to have plants in an area that maybe it's too deep, or maybe we want some protection for our fish or a place for them to spawn. So we came up with the Chilili floating island. I like to plant something tall in the middle and then something creeping on the edges. I love to put the Creeping Jenny in there because it looks fantastic when you combine it with something else of a contrasting color. So the Creeping Jenny's along the edge. It creeps over the edge of that floating island down into the water. The fish love to have some babies under there and maybe come up for a little snack every once in a while. It is a stunning way to display Creeping Jenny and add some interest to your water garden. I think for further interest, you should check us out at chilili.com, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.